What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going over some Lions news from today. I'm going to give you guys a few updates on what I'm going to be doing with the channel in the next few days and a couple things to look out for. Yeah, so let's get it started. Okay, now we did this last offseason. When the offseason starts to pick up, we can go through this and talk about multiple stories in one video. You know, it's kind of different during the season when you're talking about games and you're talking about stuff like that. But now, as the offseason kind of gets going, we get a lot of news, and I try to put them into one video. That way I don't have like 50 videos. That would just be so annoying. So I'm just going to make one video, talk about a lot of stuff. And again, if more stuff comes up, I'll have to talk about it. But we'll see. Either way, I have some stories here. We're going to talk about what you should look for in the next few days on this channel. And yeah, let's get this thing started. So we're going to start this thing off with the news from Bob Quinn. So we know that there were, rumors going around that Bob Quinn was shopping Matthew Stafford, possibly looking for trade talks, talking to other teams about Matthew Stafford, just stuff like that. Like, not necessarily he's going to trade him, but he was, talking to other teams. And then Bob Quinn came out and he's like, that's 100% false. That report is wrong. It's false. Well, we heard today that basically Bob Quinn called Matthew Stafford right after the rumors were coming out. He said he's not on social media much, but he said he called Matthew Stafford after those rumors, and he said he has not had one conversation with any other team. And he also said, I'm not trying. We're not trading you, period. That's what he said to Matthew Stafford, and Matthew Stafford responded with, I don't want to go anywhere. So that's great. I mean, for me personally, wanting to keep Matthew Stafford, that makes me feel really good. That's probably the best news of the day for me. So I wanted to start off with that. That way, anybody that wants to keep Matthew Stafford, I think a lot of you do. Some people don't, but a lot of you guys that do, there you go. You got some news for the day, and hopefully that makes us feel a little bit more comfortable. To keep along with the Matthew Stafford content or news, basically they have also came out today and said that Matthew Stafford should be full go for the offseason programs, and he's good to go. He's fully healthy. That's basically what that means. We know he missed a lot of time the second half of the season, and now they're saying he's healthy for next year, which is super important because if he wasn't healthy, then there would definitely be a lot of talks coming up, but it's good to see him that he's healthy. So we need to make sure we protect him now, all right? He's healthy now. Let's protect him. Let's not let him get hurt like that again. Yes, you may get hit at times. You can't have a perfect offensive line, but it can be a lot better, and yeah, we need to upgrade that. So talking about upgrading that, look, I'm trying to string all these together. You see how I'm doing that? Yeah. Well, talking about upgrading the offensive line, TJ Lang, who was once one of our offensive linemen who was really good from Green Bay, he said that there are two free agents the Detroit Lions should target this offseason in his opinion. And those two guys are Chris Jones out of the Chiefs, not Byron Jones, Chris Jones. And he also said the Lions should target Joe Thuney from the New England Patriots. So that's really awesome. Those are two guys that I'm definitely looking at for the Lions to target. Chris Jones for sure. We lost Snacks Harrison, who apparently seems to be okay now. Like all of a sudden he wants to play again. I don't know exactly what's going on there. I don't know if he didn't want to be here or he's mad about the contract or whatever. Honestly, doesn't really bother me anymore. He's not on the team anymore, and I'm not mad about the move. I've been okay with the move. I didn't think his production was there. And honestly, if he didn't want to be here, it is what it is. That's unfortunate. I hate that that's how he had to leave. But hey, it's over now. He's not here anymore, so I'm focused on other stuff. As a Lions fan, don't really think it's a big deal. But saying that means we do have to get an interior defensive lineman. And like TJ Lang says here, Chris Jones is the guy he would go after. I think Chris Jones makes a lot of sense. He's going to want a big payday. But honestly, Matt Patricia, Bob Quinn, you're sitting there, you're looking at this, you're looking at the draft, looking at all free agents. You say, hey, if we get this guy, everything else is going to look better. You get the best interior defensive line, it's going to help everybody out. And to go along with that, when I say that, TJ Lang also kind of backed that up. He talked about Arik Armstead, I said it wrong, Arik Armstead for the 49ers, because some people are interested in him, and he said he's basically kind of worried that his production was really good this year, but he was very inconsistent up to that point. He said maybe it's just because of the talent that was around him, which can definitely be the case. We've seen that. We've seen that with players with us. When you have a lot of talent around you, you look a lot better. Him, in this situation, he had guys like Nick Bosa around him, so his defensive line was a lot better, and Arik Armstead may have looked better just because of that reason, right? Before Nick Bosa, there was a lot of inconsistency. But Chris Jones is one of those guys that makes everybody else better, and that's why I think you'd make Trey Flowers look even better than 7 sacks. Kennard could look a lot better, which I have no idea why people are talking about moving on from Kennard. No, I saw an article, I'm pretty sure I saw an article that said that could be one surprise cut. No, it should not be. If we cut Kennard, I'm going to lose it. Some of y'all think that I disagree with everything they do. No. I like what they have done so far. Re-signing Amendola and cutting Snacks are two things I want them to do. If they cut Devon Kennard, whoa, there's going to be problems, man. They're definitely going to have to fix that. I would be upset. I don't want to get Devon Kennard out of here. But like I said, getting a guy like Chris Jones would make everybody else better. And again, Joe Thuney, like he said, Joe Thuney's another interesting one. Some of you guys said, hey, why don't you just have Graham Glasgow and Joe Thuney? You're right. Why don't we do that? I would love to do that as well. Obviously, it's going to cost some more money. So maybe we only can get Joe Thuney and we have to let Graham walk. At least get Joe Thuney in return. If we can get both, obviously, yes, I'm in. Because think about that. If you have left guard and defensive line, two of the best ones already filled out, yeah, it's most of your money. But let's think about this. Going into the draft, your Ds are looking a lot easier to fill throughout the draft. Because really the first 3 rounds where you're expecting immediate impact players. After that, you're kind of just hoping they can be. So the first 3 rounds, you already have 2 of your biggest needs filled out. Now you're looking at this saying, okay, we can go get a tackle. We can go get a depth tackle. Maybe at some point he'll take over. We can go grab a linebacker. Go grab a cornerback. You know, that's what you can do. You could take Okudah at 5 or 3, wherever you want to take him then. You could take Simmons. You don't have that need of going to get an interior defense line right away. You get a depth one, but you don't have to get him right away because you have those things filled out through free agency. Those 2 players I'm very interested in as well. So good job, TJ Lang. I see you with that one, my man. Next up, we're going to be talking about a little bit of the Combine. So basically, the Combine is going to be held the next few days. It's already started with weigh-in and measurements, but I'm not really getting into that yet too much. But I'm also not going to live stream it. Okay, I thought about it, but it's 7 hours every day. And it would just be too hard for me to go on and off live streams. It would be really hard. I may do a live stream afterwards talking about it. I'm not sure. It would be really late. However, I'm probably just going to do a video of what I saw, put down my notes, what I got from it, because they are 7 hours long. So basically, here's how the Combine schedule looks. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are all the days that it's going to be happening. They changed the times that they're going to be doing them. Now it's at 4 p.m. Eastern. They will start until 11 p.m. Eastern. And on each day, different positional groups will go. So on Thursday, we will see tight ends, quarterbacks, and wide receivers. On Friday, we will see special teams players, offensive linemen, and running backs. On Sunday, we will see defensive linemen and linebackers. And on Saturday, and on Sunday, we will see defensive backs, so safeties and cornerbacks. I would say there are a few positional groups to watch out of there for sure. I'm saying I'm more focused on the later days. Defensive line, linebacker, defensive backs are more the days I'm focused on. Tight end, not really. Quarterback, it's interesting, right? It's interesting, I guess. Wide receiver, a little bit. Special teams, not really. Offensive line, yes. Running back, a little bit. So I'd say more the later days, the weekend days are going to be probably more for me to talk about. But I will give you guys updated. Let me know if you guys have any ideas of how we could do that. I just don't want to live stream for 7 hours every day. I feel like that would be pretty whack, and it's going to be hard to go on and off. A little bit of news about that. Few possible prospects for the Detroit Lions. Chase Young, he will be skipping Combine workouts, apparently with health reasons, so we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, you know, the Lions don't want to get hurt players, but they seem to draft them all the time, so maybe they don't care. I don't know. I don't know there. Maybe that freaks them out, maybe it doesn't. Josh Uche is also another guy that's going to be sitting out. Apparently, he got hurt in the Senior Bowl. It's not too serious, but again, he's just sitting out. He doesn't want to risk anything. Tyler Johnson, wide receiver out of Minnesota, who looked like a 3rd or 4th round pick. Grant Delpit. I found this one because I was doing mock drafts, and yes, I don't know when my mock draft is going to come out. However, I'm working on a mock draft. It's 2 rounds, and there are a lot of trades. Yes, it's kind of wild, but hey, it's mock draft. They're for fun. And yeah, we'll have that come out at some point, but Grant Delpit is also skipping, so we'll see what happens there. Donovan Peoples-Jones, to go along with the college theme, he said it would mean everything to him to be a Lion. Now, a lot of people are reacting to this on Twitter and Facebook and stuff like this. Me, personally, that would be awesome to have him. But there's only a couple ways I would get him. If we made that happen, like what TJ Lang said, we got Joe Thuney and Chris Jones and filled out 2 of our biggest interior needs. Then in the draft, say we go get an Okudah. And then in the second round, we go get a linebacker or something. That's when I could see this be a reality because I see him as a 3rd round pick or later. Not a 2nd round. We cannot take him in the 2nd round unless we get a second round pick. I would not do it. And at that point, I would probably use it elsewhere. But in the 3rd round or later, I could see making this a possibility. And that would be really awesome because obviously I'm a Michigan fan. So that'd be awesome. For Ohio State fans, but like, no, don't do it. But hey, we might get Chase Young or Jeff Okudah, and I'm okay with that. So be okay with getting our guy here, okay? Donovan Peoples-Jones. Stop it. All right. Finally, to wrap this thing up, here are a few players I put up to watch when the Combine does start, if you guys want to watch on your own. A few players I would say specifically, Jeffrey Okudah, make sure you keep an eye on him. This is very interesting with Bob Quinn and the Darius Slay situation. They said, hey, it could make it easier if he balls out and he looks really good at the Combine for Bob Quinn to say, hey, yeah, we had to just trade him. And there's a lot of trade talks going on right now. I guess other players in the league like Jalen Ramsey, Quandre Diggs, they're basically trying to recruit him, okay? Everybody's trying to get Darius Slay, and hey, I understand why he's a great player. So we'll see what happens there. A lot of trade talk going on. Apparently, Bob Quinn is listening to trade talks, and he's trying to figure everything out there. I don't think they're at any kind of decision or even close to one yet. However, they're just listening to what their offers are, and I'm okay with that. I think that's fine. Stafford's a different situation, not necessarily Darius Slay. The second guy I would say is Isaiah Simmons. Obviously, keep an eye on Isaiah Simmons. He does everything well. I think he's playing in the Combine. I don't think he's missing anything. However, Isaiah Simmons does a lot of things. Tua Tagovailoa, I don't think he's actually going to participate in the Combine because of health reasons. However, he does think he will be healthy soon, and he will be able to participate in pro day and stuff like that. So they may do interviews with him and things like that. So keep an eye on that. And Matt Patricia did say today that he likes his ability, all the things that he can do. But again, the Bob Quinn thing came out, not trading Stafford. But I will say this about Tua. He did say that he would be definitely okay with sitting behind a quarterback and getting mentored. So I don't know. Keep your eyes out. And then finally, edge rusher, the whole position. We need edge rushers. And really, Saturday and Sunday, if you guys want to watch the Combine, those are the days to watch it because that's when we'll see most of the prospects that we are looking at. So there you go. That is your news for today. If I missed anything, I wish you to let me know. Oh, hold up. I did miss something. The Detroit Lions have promoted their offensive assistant, Ben Johnson, to their tight end coach. Huge news, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of news. I thought I would just point that out there because we're filling in some spots still. They said they had to change the things because they're waiting for the CBA to see what happens. Either way, there you go. There's your news for today. Hopefully, I didn't miss anything. I think I got it all out to you guys. Like I said, the Combine, we'll see how we do that. Make sure you let me know in the comments how you think I should do that. And also, there may be a mock draft today, tomorrow, something like that. I'm not sure yet. I haven't recorded, but I have pretty much made the whole thing. So there you go. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.